Welcome back to KSTV5 News at 9. The pandemic has complicated every aspect of our lives, and this year back to school will look a lot different. Now more than ever, we need to let our teachers know they matter. I talked to Missouri MNEA President Phil Murray to get details on a special program. So Phil, never before have educators and their students faced such a trying time. What have educators done to support their students?
You know, this started from the very beginning. When we ended school in March and April last year, school never really ended. Educators continued teaching, students continued to learn, but we also know that there were lots of things that needed to be done to support our kids, whether it's a food program, whether it's just emotional support. And so educators actually went above and beyond just the actual teaching. They did visits to their students. They visited with them online. They worked food programs. A lot of them worked through the summer trying to keep connection with kids. We know that this is very difficult, and some of our kids are struggling more than others. And it's our job as educators to take care of them because they are our kids.
And it's great hearing about all of those efforts, especially starting in the last school year. But what are educators doing right now to reach out to their students?
They're trying to make things be as normal as possible. You know, we're all kind of excited with the back to school events and getting to know your teacher and getting to know our students. And we have to be a little bit different with that. We have to be more creative. And some of the creative things I've seen from some of our educators is just amazing. Cute little videos, actually going door to door, visiting with their kids, standing in the yard, just saying hello and meeting them. Some of the districts have done some pretty creative ways of having open houses where parents come in one at a time and have that opportunity for there to be an actual bonding going on. So again, a very trying time, but it's also a time to be creative.
I think I'd really like that one-on-one shot to meet your teacher right before the school year.
Yeah, and my daughter actually is an educator here in Central Missouri, and actually they have done that for the past couple of days. Only the parents and that child are in at their slotted time. They do the proper mitigation as far as the mask and everything else, which kind of makes it awkward. But, you know, if you're creative with it, you can make it fun. But it is an opportunity to actually have a conversation for just a couple minutes and to make that connection.
And what are some of teachers' concerns for their students, their families, and their return to learning?
It's a health issue. We already know more than anything else this is a health issue. So we want to make sure that everybody is safe and as healthy as possible. From there, we need to reach out to make sure we deal with our kids' emotional needs, making sure that they understand that we're there and that we care for them. We care not just for their education, we care about their well-being. And so we have to do everything that we can to make sure that we try to make things as normal as possible, but still understand that this is a very trying and difficult time.
Well, it's great that you're considering both parts of the coin there, but what can we as a local community do to support teachers, schools, and students over the next few months as they navigate this uncharted return to learning?
I think it's real important that we all listen to each other. You know, like you said, to both ends of the coins. We have always said that we want our kids back in school, but we want them to be there safely. And so we already know that school budgets are stretched to the limit. And what we need is help with PPE. We need to help make sure that our kids are practicing the proper hygiene. We need to make sure they have the equipment that they need. We also need to know that once we go virtual, and some of us will have to do that, we need to make sure that everybody has the things that they need to be successful. We know from the very beginning that some of our kids are in situations where they don't have the technology. We need to make sure we get that in their hands so that they can do what they need to do. We don't want to leave anybody behind.
Teachers matter. Educators in our local schools are a stabilizing force for students as the world reacts, changes, and adapts around them. For more information about Missouri MNEA and its work to unite, inspire, and lead, go to MNEA.org.